Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking to you about how you can drive more sales, more revenue, and more traffic to your online store using a simple marketing technique that you can start completely free. And I'm going to be showing you exactly how to do that in this video today. So make sure you watch all the way to the end to get all of the details and exactly step by step on how to do this. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, I'm Mac. I teach about e-commerce, different side hustles, and so much more. So many things you can do online to make money, and that is what my channel is here for. So make sure that you're subscribed and join the community so that you don't miss out on any of the new videos that I have for you. So marketing is something that I get asked so many questions on very often, especially on my social media channels like my TikTok. There's people always asking me all the time, how can I market my business? How can I retarget people that are abandoning the carts? What can I do to actually get over this issue and get more sales? And I actually have an answer for you. I have this wonderful app that you are going to be able to create SMS text messaging and retargeting, pop-ups, and so much more to bring those customers in and actually make them a purchasing customer and not a abandoned cart customer. The strategy I'm going to be showing you is how to use SMS marketing with SMSBump. So if you are not familiar with SMSBump, it is a company and app that you can use on your e-commerce store that'll help you to create SMS and email campaigns that can be sent automatically to customers that have already been to your store, that already have an interest in your store, but you're able to retarget them and make them come back to make more purchases. Now, why SMS marketing? If you're thinking that, yeah, I receive text messages from businesses sometimes, and I'm sure you have signed up to these before, and chances are it was something signed up through SMSBump on whatever website you signed up with. So SMS marketing is so good because it has over a 90% open rate, meaning that 90% of the messages that you send are going to be open because everybody has a phone, everybody is checking their phone, so they are going to open and read that message. Another statistic that goes along with this is that 60% of people and online consumers have signed up for an SMS marketing campaign. So even if you have gone to a store before and clicked off of something that was trying to get you to sign up, 60% of people do in fact do this, especially if they are interested in your website or the product that you're selling. It also makes it so you only have to rely on your customer base, so you're not relying on outside traffic sources such as Facebook or different paid ads. You are simply relying on the people that you already know have an interest in your business, so you're actually doing less work but for more return. And what's even greater about this is customers love personalization. People want to be cared about. People want to know that the companies that you are purchasing from appreciate you. Now, the reason I'm talking about SMSBump today is because I stand behind them 100%, and I know so many different business owners that use SMSBump. So like I said, that is what we're going to be going over in this video today. I'm going to show you step by step how to set up a campaign, how to set up your email marketing, and even how to set up your pop-ups and get those generated emails and contact lists. Before I get started, SMSBump can work with your Shopify store, which is absolutely perfect if you do have a Shopify account up and running. So that is how I'm going to be showing you how to use it today. So you can use it with BigCommerce as well, but I definitely recommend Shopify. If you follow me and you know about me, you know that Shopify is my #1 website host. So this is my Shopify dashboard here, and I'm going to show you how we are going to download SMSBump. So we're going to go over to the App Store here. Here I'm just going to search for SMSBump, and we are going to go over and find it. So Yotpo SMSBump. And as you can see here, it has amazing reviews, and just compared to other apps that you can do this with, this one is the best. So here you can actually see what the SMSBump dashboard looks like. Now I want to preface that this is very easy to use. So even though there is a lot on the screen, there's no reason to get overwhelmed because this is a very beginner friendly platform to use. Now this is a brand new account, so obviously we are not showing any statistics. However, once you are making sales, this will be what is showing your what your sales are, your return of interest, and all of that good stuff. So over here on the left side is going to be the dashboard. So we have our campaign planner, SMS campaigns, email campaigns, templates. Same with the analytics, which I'm going to go over pretty much all of this so that you can actually see how to use it. So the very first thing that we are going to do is set up our Popup subscription. If we do not do this, we are not going to be able to actually collect customers' phone numbers and emails. So the very first thing to do is to actually set up our pop-ups. If you're not familiar with a pop-up is going to be what happens when you go to a website website and you begin scrolling, and a little screen pops up and stops you in your tracks and says, hey, would you like to sign up for a 10% discount? Or would you like to subscribe to our email list? Or would you like a free product? I'm sure you've experienced this before. I'm going to show you how to do that first, because without that, you have no email or phone number list to actually retarget the customers with. So what's unique with Yotpo SMSBump is they are going to have different ways for you to actually collect the customer's emails and phone numbers. So like I mentioned, the first is that pop-up, which is going to pop up on the customer's screen. There also is an option to have a keyword so that you can have customers text a certain keyword so that you're then getting them signed up to your SMS as well through that way. You also can do a social opt-in, which is the way that you can put all of the links on your social media so that all the customer has to do is swipe up to subscribe to your list. And if you have business cards also, you can put a QR code on them so that anyone can scan that and then automatically get prompted to sign up as well. So there's really different options for every different kind of business owner. Also like to use the floating button as well, because even if the customer clicks off of that pop-up, they still have the option to click on the side floating button and actually subscribe to. And of course, they do offer you a way that you can do embedded forms or sign-up pages so that if you were to have the customer go to that on their own. And I do recommend having it all at your footer as well, so all the way at the bottom of the page, so that it just gives customers that opportunity multiple times to subscribe. So on to making the pop-up, all we're going to do is hit create new. Now this is going to give so many styles and it's honestly awesome. It's going to show you exactly what it looks like. So you're going to be able to pick your theme. You're going to be able to actually see what it's going to look like for your customers. What is so great about this is they literally have something for everybody's aesthetic. So if you're selling gym stuff, if you're doing plants, if you have a food blog, animals, or if you're doing skincare, there's so many different cute and curated pop-ups for your target audience, which is really great and saves you time. And you can get really fancy with this, but honestly, you don't have to. These are already curated by professionals, so I recommend keeping it as clear as possible and keeping it as close to its original template, because like I said, these are tested and do work. So I'm just going to go ahead and go through and show you exactly how to do one. So I'm going to select this one here, and then we're going to look at our form. So that's going to be an image asking for the colors. I think the colors look okay, just for the sake of this video to move along quickly. I'm going to leave this at saying unlock 20% off your order, but if you wanted to actually change this around and you wanted to give, let's say 10%, 5%, or a free product, you would obviously curate that to your business. But I'm just going to leave this like this because I think it looks good. And you can also edit the color too, so you can put in like your actual brand colors. But over here, I'm going to make sure that I select both the phone number and email as mandatory. Now, what that means is that customers have to give you both in order to actually continue through the process and get the code for the 20% off. If you don't select this, the customer can click off or get the code without actually having to input both of their email or phone number. And then down here where it says next form, that's how you're going to be able to see what happens once your customer inputs their email. So let's say they go over here and they input their email and they hit continue. The next form that they're going to see is their phone number. Then they're going to go ahead and select where they're located and input their phone number, and then they're going to hit continue, and then this is the screen that they are going to see next. The next thing I'm going to show you how to do is create your email campaign. So that's going to be one under the SMS, and on here it's going to give you a bunch of different templates and different inspirations that you can use and create off of. Here is one that is showing a new collection. So if you were to drop a new collection of something, or you had new print on demand items, or you were starting to sell something new, this would be perfect. So basically what you would do is just go ahead and fill out the prompts. You would select your audiences. So if I had customers in here, I would probably do engage with subscribers in the last 30 days. And you can kind of go through here and see exactly who you want to select. And like I said, this is super easy to do, and it's just also personalized to your store and your customer base. The best ways to go about this though are to focus on people who have purchased before and people who may have abandoned that cart that really had the thought of considering of making the purchase, rather than someone who has not come back to the store. So that is what I try to focus on when I do this. And then here, if you were able to select edit content, this is where you could actually personalize this template here, because it may be something that works exactly for your business, but if you did want to add in your actual logo or an image of something that you're selling on your website or something that your brand is recognized for, I definitely recommend doing that. So when someone sees the email and opens it, they know exactly who is sending them an email. And you can even, like I said, add products and so much more. And it's just a great way to actually create more of that personalized brand look. And I can go ahead and change the font to go along with my brands as well, and go through here and select if I want a background image, if I don't, and all of that good stuff. So it's just really simple to do, but you're also able to personalize it enough to your liking. So then here at the bottom, you are able to select if you want to send it right away or if you want to schedule it for later. And I will get into how you can actually schedule all of these for later using the campaign planner. So for now, I'm just going to hit schedule for later, and then we're going to say when we want it to go out. Perfect. And recipient time zone, so we're going to go by store time. I'm going to set it to 7 p.m. because that is typically a time where people are home and maybe on their phones. So that is what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to hit save. And then here you would be able to send, test, or schedule. Now, one of the greatest features that I find very, very exclusive to SMSBump when it comes to SMS marketing is the option for their flows and flow templates. Now, this is basically a extremely personalized text message that is going to be using technology to see what customer did what on your website and how to retarget them the correct way. So this is completely user driven, and you can select everything from how much this person purchased, how much they had in their cart, what products they had in their cart, and you can really actually target them specifically to how they acted and what they did on your website. So this is a very, very cool feature. So I'm going to show you how to do this, and these are all of the options that you have for your flows. As you can see here, there are many options for the flows. You can do a welcoming flow, you can even do SMS or abandoned cart. There's a bunch of different options to actually get that automated conversation started. But if you scroll all the way down here, you're going to see flows library, and that is actually going to be ones that are already created that you can kind of work off of, because like I said, there's so much here for beginners, and I think that if you are brand new, this should be what you're doing to already use these optimized templates. So I'm going to do the abandoned checkout and create a flow using that. Now, you don't need to use a template, you can do it on your own, but it is easier to just use the template. Well, first, we are going to focus on our trigger. So our trigger here would be that the customer had items in their cart and they abandoned it. They didn't purchase, they clicked off the screen, whatever they did, they didn't purchase. What I'm going to do is I'm going to select one, and then I'm going to go down to choose trigger, not been a part of the flow in the past days and not been a part of another flow in the past 4 days. So I'm going to say not been a part of the flow in the last few days, and then it's going to ask me the number of days. I'm going to say 3. And then here we have the delay. So this is going to be how much time after they abandon the cart that you want to message them, or if you have another message that's going out, how much that delay is going to be. So I think 15 minutes is pretty good. And then over here is going to be the message that is actually sending to the customer. In here, it says it's good. You can actually do that, but like it's mentioning here, the discount codes are always going to actually benefit, because somebody may have clicked off of that abandoned cart because they just felt it was too much money. So by selecting that discount code and offering that to the customer is most likely going to get them to go and purchase that item with the discount. So now it's showing great, and I love that it shows you the maximum strength of what you have, like how much they think you are going to actually get a return on this text message. So this is the message that we're going to send. Obviously you can edit it to your liking, but it is going to text the customer by their name, which is great. Again, the personalization. And to something that I like to do is to add emojis, because I just feel like that makes it seem less of a marketing campaign. I don't know, that could just be me. Could be something that, you know, I do. So you can continue this process if you would like and just continue adding onto the flows. So let's say we want to target people who had a cart with a value of more than $100, meaning that that customer is spending a lot. So we want to target someone that is spending more so we can make more of a profit. So I'm going to do greater than $100, and then we can just continue adding the steps here. So after that, we're going to add our action. So let's say we want to do an email, and we would just give them the no reply email. So here we can add in, you know, a discount code, the first name, and we can kind of just select what exactly, you know, we want from that customer for when they click and select back. So you can really play around with these flows. I don't know any other of these SMS apps that you can actually create flows like this, where it's a just continuous thing that you know is sending your customer messages when they're coming to your website and so much more like that. So definitely take advantage of that. You can also completely automate this process like I was mentioning earlier. So you could just say 30 minutes daily, but keep in mind that you don't want to be overdoing this, because that is what's going to get people to unsubscribe to your SMS marketing or email marketing. So make sure that you're not overdoing it. I know it can get super exciting, especially when you're on this website and creating all of these different campaigns to send out, but do please keep that in mind. Something I want to mention before we go on about these flows is not only, like I was saying, it's unique to SMSBump, but this is going to have a 4 times higher return customer rate just from the fact of how personalized it is, because we already know what that customer is doing, how much they spent, or what exactly they were looking for. You can do this by using a conversation flow and implementing 3 different keywords so that your customer can select something and receive an automated response back to whatever selection they made. So it just makes it more personalized so that they're actually getting an answer that's curated to them and what their experience was or what they're actually looking for on your store. So moving on here, I'm going to be showing you that campaign planner I was just talking about, and this can help you plan out text messages that are either going to all of the customers that you have on your email list or on your text message list, and just for like certain holidays, or even plan out future messages. So this is really cool. So over here on the dashboard, we're going to select the campaign planner, and you can select either SMS or email. I'm going to keep it on SMS, and here you can see, you know, we have everything coming up. So we have all these different things to remind our customers to purchase, and to keep us to remember that these are days that we can push sales and get people to actually purchase using a discount code. So here you're able to either customize and schedule one of these posts. We could just already set this campaign up by, you know, doing the name and making it personal again, adding our discount code, and then perfect. So once you scroll down here, you can even do the discount value for how much they're spending, and really just actually make this your own to what exactly you want your sale to be and how much you can offer the customer. And then 2, you can actually see, like, once you have something set up, it'll all show up here and just be showing you what is scheduled and what is going to be sent out from after you have actually created all those campaigns. And you can do them all the way like months out in advance so that you don't have to forget or worry about it, which is really, really great and just saves you time in the long run. So like, oh, the holiday's coming up, I totally forgot. Well, you already have that message going out to the customer to have them actually make a purchase. So I do want to show you how easy it is to actually see on your dashboard your analytics. You can also track how many text messages are being seen and who is using them. And these analytics are just very in-depth. So here, obviously it's showing blank just because this is a new account, but here you would be able to see your campaigns and how they did, how many people were clicking, your ROI, and how much was spent on the SMS marketing. So for example here, let's say you wanted to keep track of who is subscribing to your email or SMS list. You're able to see that in the overview and see where exactly they did subscribe, if they subscribed in the checkout or through SMS, and the time and where they're located. You can also see what automations and techniques are using that are bringing in the most subscribers as well. So that's really helpful to see what you can use your time for, and to see exactly how much revenue you are generating from whatever source it is, whether it's your subscription forms, your automations, flows, and all of that. So it is really detailed, and you're able to see a lot when it comes to these analytics. And because they have built-in UTM partners, you're actually able to track the text messaging and see how good of a return you are getting from that as well. Another thing that you can do is really great is you're actually able to automate a chat message with a customer. So let's say you send out an SMS campaign and you want to have customers to be able to respond back to you. Actually strike up a conversation and just get something going to actually make the sale. Let's say all of your customers are not based in the same country as you. That is completely okay, because these text messages can be sent to any country except for North Korea. So I do want to go over the pricing before I end this video, just so I can give you an idea of what exactly it costs to use SMSBump. So there is a free version, like I was mentioning, and just so that you do know, while the version of using this is free, you are going to have to pay per messaging. So I do want to make that clear. However, SMSBump was so kind to give me a link for you guys. So if you use the link in the description below to sign up, you get your first 600 messages for free, which is absolutely incredible. And I'm so thankful that they were able to help me with that. But for the free version, it is a great option. You still do get that 24-hour support. This is a very simple app to use, but it is always nice to have that support just in case you need it. So you do have that still with your free version, along with the all of the tools that you can use. So there's a growth version, which is at $19 a month. For this, you are going to get those conversions and advanced analytics, which are very helpful. And honestly, if you're doing this and you are making the investment, it is worth seeing all of those wonderful analytics. And for these other two bigger paid versions, I would suggest that for someone who's more of an established seller, not somebody that is just starting out, just because the prices are a little bit more. However, you are getting money off for your text messaging. So if you do have a big client base and you are sending out a lot of text messages, these would be the better option for you. So it just depends on you and where you're at. So as you can see here, there's a $59 a month and a $199. I do think that the prices are fair. I currently use the Prime membership on one of my e-commerce stores. So just whatever you think is best for you, but I think it's great that they have so many options for so many different kinds of e-commerce sellers coming in at different rates. Okay guys, and that is everything that I have for you today on how to use SMSBump and SMS marketing in your online business. I really hope this video was helpful to you. And if you have any questions, like always, please be sure to leave them in the comment section below. And if you want to check out SMSBump, I have linked it in the description for you to go ahead and get started. Like I said before, there is a free plan and paid option, so whatever is the best for you, but definitely check it out with the link in the description. That helps support the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.